In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about how to make guitar beats. What's up guys, and welcome back to yet another video. And this video is a highly requested tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to create the melodies, the theory, and the most basic and common rhythms. So I definitely spent some time preparing this one, so I'll cover everything you need to know. So let's get started with the tutorial. So for this tutorial, I'm going to assume you don't have any experience in FL Studio. So I'm going to show everything step by step, because this is a complete beginner tutorial. So first we open up just the playlist arrangement. When it comes to the BPM for this beat, I'm just gonna leave it on 140, which is by default. So now the first step is to open up a guitar VST. So there are some free guitar VSTs. Definitely go and check out the Ample free guitar VST. I will leave a link in the description, but in this case, I'm going to use a guitar from Contact, from Native Instruments. So I'm going to open up the picked acoustic and I'm going to select the melody version. So I'm not going to adjust anything when it comes to the settings of this plugin. So right now let's move on and open up the piano roll. So go to the channel rack and open up the piano roll. And the next step is to pick a scale. And for guitar beats, I highly recommend you use the G minor scale or D minor scale. What this means, you could basically draw a melody within the white highlighted notes in the piano roll. So for you as a beginner, this is definitely one of the easiest ways how to start building a guitar melody. So how can you do this? Open up Options, View, Scale Highlighting, and then we're going to select G in minor natural. So right now the white highlighted notes are adjusted. And right now we're going to start off by drawing in the melody. So first I'm going to start off with some simple music theory. So we're going to create this chord progression or melody in the minor scale. So we're going to just start off with a simple minor chord progression. So we're going to start off at this G. The simplest way how to create chords is just using the 1, 3, 5 scale. So we have G and then we have 1, 2, 3, which is A, which is the third note. And then the next one is 4, 5, which is this D, this one. All right, now I think we're way too low in key. So we're going to turn up this chord progression 1 octave by pressing Command arrow up. And what we're going to do, we're going to basically do the exact same thing. So I'm going to create a simple chord progression. So just copy it, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So right now we just copied it to the next note in the scale. So we're going to create something which goes downwards. Let's adjust it. So right now it's in the scale and just have a listen if it sounds good. Sounds cool. Copy it again, Ctrl V. And then from this F, we're going to draw in a melody half an octave lower. So F and C, it's half an octave lower. And this one already fits the scale. So let's have a listen. And the next note which we could use in the scale is this D. And this one right now, this F is not in the scale. So we're going to turn up one note. And right now it sounds like this. So simple, right? But right now we're going to make some tweaks which are definitely crucial when it comes to creating guitar melodies. So right now the notes are just too near each other. So we have to switch it up a little bit. So we're going to pick the notes in the middle. So those two, for example, Command upwards. And we're going to do the same for this D. And we're going to do exactly the same for this G. This sounds way much better, as you can hear. And it adds a totally different vibe to a chord progression like this. And this is definitely where to start when it comes to a guitar melody. If you create something like this, right now it's getting pretty easy to create a guitar melody. So right now, just select the whole chord progression and then just shorten down the notes like this. And right now we're going to draw in the simple guitar rhythm. So we have this one, start off with the G. So this is the root note from a chord progression. And then we're going to just extend it and then just double it again. So let's have a listen. So do exactly the same thing right here. And just repeat this rhythm for the root note. So for the next step, we want to adjust the higher notes. And this all comes down to the rhythm which you want to choose. So I'm going to show you multiple in this video. So we're going to create something which goes upwards from this G root note. So move this one half a step to the right and this one full step. As you can hear, this already sounds great. So we're just gonna copy this one again. So this right now is just one simple chord. Copy this one. So we're creating exactly the same one as we did right here. And we're now just pick a note which you like. So right now we're gonna keep it easy and reuse this D again and make sure it just fits like this. And we'll now repeat the exact same steps. So right now let's have a listen. So right now we're going to move on to the next step, which is making tiny adjustments to this melody. Because right now, of course, it's way too simple. But right now I'm going to show you how easy it is, how to make this melody way more interesting. So I think the first section of the melody just sounds fine. So we're going to adjust this one. So right now, just make sure you move some notes, but still stay within the white highlighted scale. So let's move this one up. So one of the easiest tricks is just to reuse the notes which you've already added. So we're gonna adjust this one to D and this one to A sharp. So let's have a listen. So we definitely have to tweak this one. So let's pick this A, for example. Also sounds very cool. And then, as we did previously, we're not going to make any adjustments to this one, similar to this one, but we're going to make some adjustments to the fourth chord. And right now, we're going to still stay in the scale. So right now, for me, it's pretty easy to recognize we're using this G, F, C, and we're using a D. But we could also use the G, F, C, and then use F again. So we're going to do that right here. So leave this D note right there. And then, as we did right here, so we want to make the melody sound logic and easy to listen to, we're going to also turn up this G one note higher in the scale. So in this case, it's this A. So let's have a listen to the melody right now. So I think from this point, we're good to go. So right now, the melody sounds way too quantized, robotic, how you want to call it. We definitely have to add the human feel to this melody. So right now you select this green highlighted magnet and then select none. And right now, when we draw in the notes, they snap to the grid. But right now, nothing snaps to the grid anymore. So right now, I just recommend you select the whole melody and then just shorten some of the notes. And right now you play around with the length of the notes. So you just touch them individually, so nothing basically sounds the same. Make sure those high notes are long enough so they really blend well into each other. So now the guitar melody sounds like this. So right now it still sounds way too robotic and quantized. So right now you want to make some adjustments to the velocity right here in the control, target control section. And what this basically means, it just represents with how much force the string is being pulled. So when you lower it down, you just slightly touch it. And this is something which you can represent using the control tool. So first you want to randomize the velocity of those notes. Easily do this by pressing Option R. And then you could select bipolar. I'm just gonna lower it down because I want it to sound a little bit more soft. And then make sure just to mess around at random until you like it. Lower down this one. So right now it's very soft. So for example, the first note. So you don't want it to be too soft or too loud. And if you want to, for example, lower down the velocity of multiple notes at once, just select it, press Command and make sure your pointer is on the notes or in the roll, piano roll right here. Select Option. And then just scroll down. So I've made some tweaks to this melody, added this Valhalla Vintage verb, just to add some reverb, add some more ambience to the melody, and right now it sounds like this. Sounds beautiful, right? I think this one just sounds perfect. And it's very common to, for example, add another flute melody, but I don't want to go into too much detail when it comes to this one. So right now I'm just going to search for a random preset from Arcade. So I found this Weather the Storm one. And then, of course, I adjust it to G minor because that's the scale we're creating this beat in. Oh. So I'm definitely going to use this one. So So if you find a sample like this and it goes perfect together, why not? So I'm just going to keep it so simple for this video. And in this video, I'm going to show you multiple variations of this guitar melody. So for example, right now, just let's clone it. Press Command Q to quantize it again. So right now we're going to create a simple chord progression. So right now we'll just select this one. So for example, shorten down this one, copy it. And as you can see, you could still see the ghost notes. If you're not able to see the ghost notes, open up this one, open up the options, view, and then select ghost channels. And right now you will be able to see the ghost notes. So in this case, just let's use this A again. And because we've made an adjustment right here, it's just so obvious to do exactly the same thing right here. And also tweak it right there. So right now you also want to randomize it. So for example, select bipolar. So it's a little bit even like this. And you could also strumize the melody. So right now open it up, open up the piano roll strumizer and then play around with the strength. So not all the notes are played at the exact same time. And make sure to select preserve end because otherwise the melody will extend beyond 4 bars. And then select accept. That also sounds so cool. But right now, as simple as it is, we're going to create another version of this melody. So just clone contact again. Let's disable it. And I'm going to inverse the first guitar melody. So this is one of the most obvious guitar melodies where the notes from the root note is going upwards. But right now, just let's inverse this. So right now, we're going to select G and put it on the A right here. That's it. So right now I just turned the melody upside down and right now it sounds like this. As you can see, you have multiple ways how to start off. So for a beginner, I definitely recommend you use those 2 rhythms. So right now, which is also very common when it comes to guitar melodies, is using the 1/3 triplet melody. So right now, just clone it again. And then we're going to copy guitar melody 2 because it's way easier to start off. On this one, we press Command Q, we quantize it again. And I'm going to start off with this one. So shorten down chord progression. And for a triplet melody, we definitely have to reduce the BPM. So when it comes to creating triplet melodies, I think a BPM around 130 sounds way much better. So make sure you start off right here. And then you select the magnet and then select 1/3 step. And then you select this one. And right now, 1 step is divided into 3 notes. So we have 3 notes in 1 step. Like this. So right now, just copy it. So right now, we have multiple ways how to move on. So we have this A right here. So right now, the first 2 bars sound like this. So for example, a triplet melody which just follows the chord progression could sound like this. You could, for example, make it interesting by adding some more notes on top. And just draw within the white highlighted notes like this. And then something downwards, which is very similar to this one. So for this guitar melody, we created something which goes from D to the root note G. But we could also turn this melody upside down. We create something like this. When you create a triplet melody like this, you definitely have to take a look at the velocity. So we want the second note in 1 step to be the loudest, so this one. And this adds that rhythm which is perfect when it comes to guitar beats. Otherwise it would sound like this. And right now it sounds like this, way groovier. For now the BPM is back to 140. So right now let's add some more layers on top of the first guitar melody. So I'm gonna use contact again. And something which goes perfect together with a guitar is a string. So let's open up some strings and then use the violin modern, this one. Just use sustain one and then start off at G. And then just reuse the notes from the chord progression right here, should sound fine. So right now it's just so easy to add multiple layers on top. So for example, let's clone this one. And then we're gonna select this preset, I don't know how to pronounce that. The first one could be another layer when it comes to the guitar melody, just to make it more interesting. Add some reverb, etc. So right now we definitely created more than enough guitar layers. And right now it's time to add some drums. So for the drums, I'm gonna use the Blackout drum kit. Highly recommend this kit, contains all the sounds you need to create those kind of beats. So for me personally, I like to add a rim to those types of beats because they're hard, hitting, attacky. And I think that's something which goes very well together with a guitar. So let's use this one. Right now, let's add some heads. So I'm gonna use a hi-hat MIDI 11 from the sample pack. So easy drag and drop, highly recommend. Also, let's add an open head, the simple one. And of course, the 808. So I'm gonna use this short 808, this one. And then open up settings and then select clip and then boost it. And then I'm going to create an envelope. So what I draw into the piano roll will also be played. So right now, just start off with the root note. Definitely the easiest way how to start off, adding the 808. Maybe delete this one and then just follow the root notes like this. So that's it, sounds so easy. So for example, let's have a listen to the second melody. Without the flute. And then let's lower down the BPM, playing the triplet melody. And the final melody, 5. So as you can hear, everything is possible. So right now I'm gonna finish this beat and show you the final result in a second. So guys, I've quickly finished this beat. I've added one more element, simple preset from Serum. You could use all bass sounds you like, sounds like this. As you can see in here, it's just following the root notes again. So simple. So I've just used the main guitar melody for this beat. All the other samples will also be for free. The link will be in the description. Download it, do whatever you want with it. And definitely create some cool beats. So let's have a listen to this one. I've also added some vinyl to this one. Added a simple filter and some effects from my sample pack. Still a simple beat. For beginners, so not that complicated this time. String coming in. Definitely the hook when the flute is coming in. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave it a like and also make sure to download the free samples. The link will be in the description. And definitely go and check out the Blackout drum kit. The link is also in the description. And there was also a free preview of that drum kit. So you could just play around with the kit and see if you like the sounds. So that's it, I hope you learned something from this and I hope you create some awesome beats. See you.